Welcome to the lecture, students. In this lecture we are going to discuss about power BJT. What is BJT? It is a bipolar junction transistor. So power BJT and the normal BJT, the difference is normal BJT works in range of lesser voltages, whereas power BJT is used in industrial applications. It can be used from the voltage from hundreds to thousands of voltage ranges, whereas this BJT, normal BJT, is used for 5 to 40 volt. So here when we come to the explanation of power BJT, here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. As usual, emitter, base and collector are present. This gate, this is called as collector. So it is written here as gate, but it is called as collector. This region is called as collector drift region. I will explain the reasons for this. Here this is an NPN transistor. See here, N plus is N, P and N plus. It's NPN transistor with N minus. So this is an NPN transistor with a collector drift or separation. This separation is a separation between this P and N layer. So this separation increases the breakover voltage, increases the voltage for the transistor to conduct. For example, in diac or triac, you would have seen the breakover voltage, which in diac it has to reach 30 volt and then only it starts conducting. Similarly, in power BJT, this is the breakover voltage. When we say power BJT, it means it requires high amount of voltage and high amount of current for this particular device to conduct. The collector drift region demands that high voltage and high current. This N plus, all the N plus denotes, this N plus and N plus denotes high doping concentration. Whenever the doping concentration is increased, you have to notice that the current also increases and the voltage required also increases. The demands increase when it comes to power BJT. So here the symbol of power BJT is same as that of normal BJT. This is NPN transistor and PNP transistor. So moving on, operating modes. Operation of power transistor or power BJT. There are 3 modes basically: cutoff, active and saturation region. That saturation is divided into quasi and hard saturation modes. Let's see in detail about what are these 3 modes. This cutoff mode. In cutoff mode, you know what is a cutoff mode? When transistor does not conduct, it is called as a cutoff mode. When does a transistor does not conduct? When basically when the base emitter junction, if it did not cross that 0.7 volt. In normal BJT, it is 0.7 voltage. Here the voltage requirement for forward bias for crossing the barrier potential would be very high. So when that barrier potential is, when that junction is reverse biased, imagine what would be the case. The transistor will not conduct. Though whatever reverse bias, both junctions are reverse biased, base emitter junction and base collector junction. Here in this region, since base emitter region is reverse biased, there will be no conduction. The transistor will not conduct and remain in the cutoff region. So this is the cutoff region. See, you know the output characteristics of normal NPN transistor, right? So IC, VCE and IB will be set from 0 to maximum. For IB minimum or 0, what will be the collector current, and when we increase IB, and each stage we should keep IB as constant, and then the collector current we can see it increasing. So now talking about the cutoff mode, it does not work. The transistor does not work since its base emitter junction is reverse biased. Again, remember one thing, that though whatever voltage you give to the base collector region, though it may be forward biased or whatever, if the base emitter junction is reverse biased or it did not cross the cut-in voltage, it will not conduct. So this is all about cutoff mode, where the transistor is off. Then moving on to active mode. Here this is as usual as in NPN transistor BJT. Base emitter junction is forward biased and base collector junction is reverse biased. So what happens, as I said before, when IB is set from 0 to maximum at each step, collector current also starts increasing. you know the relation that IC is equal to beta IB. So when base current increases, the collector current also eventually increases. So next comes up is saturation mode. There are two types of mode, quasi saturation mode and hot saturation mode. So before that, what is called as saturation mode? In saturation mode, both the base emitter junction and base collector junction are fully forward biased. Both junctions are forward biased. So this particular power transistor or a normal transistor, if you are using, it will act as a switch. It will completely conduct. So every time I say about normal transistor, just because you have to recall and remember the uniqueness of the working principle. The only difference is this collector drift region, which demands high voltage, high breakover voltage. So coming back, so this region is called as quasi saturation region and this is hot saturation region. The difference between these two saturation region is that quasi saturation region, if the transistor operates, the switching on and off of transistor when it is in quasi saturation region will be faster. It can be immediately switched on and immediately switched off in quasi saturation, whereas in hot saturation it cannot be done so. It will take some time for the transistor to switch on and off. So this is all about the operating modes of the transistor power BJT. There are three modes: cutoff, active and saturation, and two subdivision, quasi and hard in that. So this is about power BJT. This 10 power 16, 10 power 14, 10 power 19 are all doping concentrations, doping levels, how much amount is doped. So when you see this N region is minimum dope, this separation is needed, so N minus was given and this region was separated. Some amount of doping was given in between this junction to increase the breakover voltage. That point is one difference between normal BJT and power BJT. So it requires high voltage, high current. It operates for high industrial applications, high power devices. So that is a working principle of a power BJT. Thank you.